action.
It is Give STL Day 2024 live. My name is Chris Chubb, the Giving Day guy. More importantly, I'm joined by Charles and Bonnie. Thank you guys so much for being here. Tell me all about your organization.
Well, we've been around since 1965. Originally started as a land trust to help acquire a lot of land for state and county parks in the area, like Castlewood Park. We're also pretty well known for our volunteer events, like Operation Clean Stream, Confluence Trash Bash, and Ruben American Trash Bash as well, keeping our watersheds clean for recreational use.
Bonnie, what does a donation to open space mean on Give STL Day?
Well, it means a lot to our organization. As Charles mentioned, we do a lot of stream cleanups and river cleanups. We also do a lot of habitat programs to remove invasive species and plant trees and native plants. And so donations on Give STL Day help us organize more volunteers to plant more trees, to remove more invasive species, to pick up more trash. And also this year we're launching a Green Jobs internship program. So we are hoping to be able to provide paid internship opportunities for people who go through a Green Jobs training program, and we can place them with an agency, either ourselves or a parks department, to learn more of the ropes of what it means to work for our environment and hopefully start a career in the green job economy.
You hear the impact, you see the impact around the community. This is what Give STL Day is all about. Thank you guys so much for being here. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Action.
Happy Give STL Day 2024. It's Chris Chubb, the Giving Day guy, back with another awesome participating nonprofit organization. I'm joined by McKinney and Sarah. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Absolutely, we're glad to be.
What organization are we representing this morning?
Absolutely, we are the Community Power Project. Sarah is one of our founders, and we are supporting social goals of disabled adults in St. Louis.
That's amazing. Sarah, when did you form the organization?
So we formed this particular project early 2024. We noticed that there were plenty of programs for disabled adults who have employment goals, housing goals, independent living goals, but there weren't a ton of programs for adults who want to increase their social connections and just have like a fun place that is accessible to meet people and gather. So we decided to start the Community Power Project to bring the disability community together and make a space for adults with disabilities to feel safe and have fun in the community and explore St. Louis.
What a beautiful mission. Thank you guys so much for your work. What does a donation on Give STL Day mean to your organization?
A donation means that somebody gets to come and make friends and be social for free. Our programs will be free for everybody, so that covers travel, activities, and having a good time.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Best of luck on Give STL Day. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
Good morning, St. Louis. My name is Elizabeth George. I'm the Director of Community Investment at the St. Louis Community Foundation, and I am down here bringing a number of really fantastic nonprofit organizations to you all today as part of Give STL Day. Yes, it is Give STL Day, Thursday, May 9th, and please do give early, give often, www.givestlday.org. And I have a personal goal I need your help with. I want to cross $1 million during this hour. So we've got $178,000 to go, guys. We're going to do it with your help. I have the very great pleasure today to be talking to Deaf Inc. and Delinda Bright, who is our Director of Community Programs at Deaf Inc. And so, Delinda, welcome.
Hello. It's a beautiful day to be here. I'm excited.
Well, we're excited to have you as well. Tell us a little bit about Deaf Inc. and the work that you do.
Sure, yeah. So we are an agency in St. Louis. We provide services to the deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind community, as well as the hearing community. We provide advocacy, education, training, specialized programming. We have youth and family programming. Pink Wings of Hope is another program. We also offer ASL classes, video access called VizDeo that provides visible captioning. So the focus is communication barriers between the hearing, deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind worlds.
Wow, that's a lot that you're getting done. That's really, you must be busy. So tell us, I know as a person with a disability, a person who is deaf or hard of hearing or deafblind, you face a lot of barriers as you go through your day. Can you talk to us a little bit what that might look like and what kinds of things that supports you need?
So the biggest barrier I would say is communication. We do speak in sign language. A lot of people within the hearing community don't speak in sign language, so they don't understand us. So we want to build that connection for effective communication with each other. And that can happen in a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to communicate. One is what we see here with interpreting services. There's also lip reading. Some deaf people are able to lip read, others are not, so that's another option. Writing, so written communication back and forth. So a lot of the hearing community doesn't realize that they actually have the resources at hand to communicate. So our goal is to educate the hearing community while providing the access to the deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind community and their peers.
That's fabulous. You know, when we were kids, we all learned how to do the alphabet, right? Do you also help teach hearing people sign language?
Yes, so we have community ASL classes, American Sign Language classes. We also provide private ASL, American Sign Language lessons with businesses out there. So if there's any businesses or organizations that would like their staff to learn sign language, we provide that as well.
Well, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
So if an organization wanted to hire someone who was deaf or hard of hearing, they could do so and have you all come in and teach others to break down that communication. What a great service.
Exactly, yes. And you know, by teaching American Sign Language, that doesn't mean that the need for interpreting services is not there. So interpreting services is still needed for a given deaf employee. However, they can have conversations with coworkers, like in the break room, or say hello and good morning when passing in the hall. That type of communication is really critical, those conversations, and so we want to help bridge that gap between the communities.
As someone who's tried to learn French for 30 or 40 years, I understand that you still need the interpreter. Right. Okay, so tell us a little bit about what you are looking for out of Give STL Day this year.
So, of course, we are looking for support. We're looking for donations, contributions. We're also wanting to spread awareness, though. A lot of people don't realize how many deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind people there are within the United States, or even within the St. Louis area. There are thousands of us. So we have a hidden disability. So you don't know that we have hearing loss until you start to communicate with us. So the goal for today is not only to raise money, but also to educate about our services.
Well, guys, I am so thankful that you guys are here. I imagine these challenges present themselves in situations all day, every day. And when I heard we had an opportunity to highlight your story and the work that you're doing, it's courageous in many ways to come out and do a live stream like this and share your story. So thank you for all of the work and the advocacy that you do in and around the community. We were thrilled that you guys wanted to come out and be part of this today. So thank you, and we want to wish you the very best of luck during your Give STL Day. And I'd love to get your contact information as well to learn how, as a live stream producer, I can do a better job continuing to make the content more accessible for folks that need it.
I would be happy to give you my card after this interview.
We will keep in touch. Thank you for being here.
And
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much to Deaf Inc. Thank you to all of our donors out there on this wonderful Give STL Day. And good luck. I hope you meet your goals for the day.
Yes, I hope so too. And actually, just to throw out there, if we reach $10,000 today, we actually get to throw a pie in the face of our executive director.
Oh,
So please
okay, that's
donate. Come on, help us
Listen to-
achieve
okay,
our
I
goal.
want to see that number go up on the ticker tape right now. Okay, I'm going to have to ask every other ET that sits in that chair today if they're willing to do the same.
We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Get a sit fast.
You're watching Give STL Day 2024 live. My name is Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy, live from Union Station. That was wonderful. We want to say thank you to our friends at Deaf Inc. for coming on down. And Elizabeth, I'm going to throw it on back over to you to keep these conversations going. Before we do that, remember, I can put your comments on the screen if you are watching at home, abroad, wherever you're watching from. Danielle Faith Murray says that is such a beautiful thing that you are doing. So Danielle, thank you for watching, and stick with us because we've got lots more great stories to come, right, Elizabeth?
Absolutely. You know, one of the joys of my job is that I get to work with so many different nonprofits, so many different kinds of organizations. And today we're talking with Crescendo Youth Choirs and Dr. Jerry Myers, the executive director. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So tell us a little bit about Crescendo Youth Choirs. You're out in Kirkwood, right?
We are. We're based in Kirkwood. We're a 32-year-old organization. We were known for almost 30 years as Kirkwood Children's Chorale. We rebranded just a couple of years ago to be very inclusive of all singers throughout the greater St. Louis region.
Wonderful. So you've got singers from throughout the region. Can you tell us a little bit about the kids in your program?
Oh.
Who are you reaching?
Right, of course. I mean, we want to be inclusive of all young singers, you know, those youth who really want to learn how to sing and sing well and do it in a very fun and nurturing environment. So our singers come from, of course, the Kirkwood area, but we have students from all throughout St. Louis County, St. Charles, and Jefferson counties as well.
That's fabulous. And I would guess all the younger girls want to be Taylor Swift and all the younger guys want to be Ryan Gosling these days.
No, we wanted to be whoever they want to
right.
be.
That's
by
fabulous.
all means. But yes, a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, you know, we know that there's a great connection between science and math and music.
Yes.
And can you share with us a little bit about sort of how you put music into context for kids, both context of the culture we live in, as well as context of their academics?
That's right. I mean, yeah, the connections between science, math, and music are very direct, but as far as connecting the kids to the music, it's connecting them to the story. What story is this piece telling, and really what are you as a singer trying to express, and This is sometimes solo singing, of course, that the singers get that opportunity in the choir, but it's teamwork, it's an ensemble. So it's also learning those skills of being able to work with each other to accomplish that goal in performance. So it's a lot more even than just the music itself. And these singers, we see them starting with us in second grade and going all the way through high school with us and developing those lifelong friendships, those bonds that they make during those rehearsals and those performance experiences.
How fun. You really get to watch those kids, their voices mature, but the children themselves mature.
And that's in fact where our new name came from. Crescendo is about growth of sound in music, but we settled on that name because we are about growth of the singer. So we watch those and we hear those voices grow up, but we see their confidence grow, we see them grow into these friendships with others. We see very shy kids go to very confident kids regularly, and it's the power of music and friendships that does that.
And Jerry, it looks like your pal Nikki Vines Johnson, shout out to you watching at home, says, this is an amazing, nurturing organization for youth interested in music and singing. The leadership is remarkable and the music instruction the children receive is top notch.
Well, we're proud to be able to do that, and we'd love to say a good morning to Layla.
Well, that's absolutely fabulous. Now, tell us, Give STL Day, it's about raising money for your programming and for your kids. What are you hoping for today?
Our focus really is on scholarships. We never want a student to miss out on singing because of the cost. And we're a grant and a tuition-based organization, so we want that scholarship fund to be as robust as it possibly can be. So if any singer auditions for us and they're accepted and the family just cannot cover that tuition, we want to be able to help them out in any way that we can.
Jerry, let's take a look at the video you sent over.
Outstanding, thank you.
All right. Children themselves. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Jerry. Good luck on Give STL Day. We wish you the best today and every day.
Outstanding. Thank you very much, and we'd appreciate anything that you all are willing to give to our singers.
Thank you, Jerry.
www.givestlday.org. Thanks, everyone.
Welcome back to Union Station. It's Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy. Elizabeth, this, I think it's fair to say, I'm going to assume this without even asking you off camera. This feels like your favorite day of the year. Did you ever have me in this chair?
Of the days that we have to get to see our nonprofit organizations coming together, to get to see the whole St. Louis community come out and support our nonprofits, There is nothing better. You know, last night at our kickoff at the Night at the Armory, Nonprofit Night at the Armory, one of the nonprofits said to see all the good that is being done in the St. Louis region is absolutely inspiring, and there is nothing that I have heard that could sum up what Give STL Day is about better than that quote. So we are thrilled to be here.
And we're going to keep the train rolling. I'll let you introduce the next organization.
Great. Well, so it is my great pleasure to introduce Missouri Veterans Endeavor, or as we call them, MOVE, and Bill Walsh, who is the executive director. I had the pleasure of meeting Bill a few years ago, right before pandemic, when I went out and toured the MOVE homes. So welcome.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth. It's great to be here.
Yeah, and it's wonderful to be able to talk a little bit about what you're doing. Why don't you fill? I mean, I know you do housing, I know you do transportation. Fill us in a little bit on, what that looks like at MOVE.
So our primary work is we do provide housing and social work-based case management programs to veterans and their families who are experiencing homelessness. The veterans come to us primarily from the St. Louis VA and their homeless program at the Hope Recovery Center, and we provide them with that housing. And really the most important thing we do is work on an individual action plan with every family member or every individual veteran to try to help them address any barriers to keeping a roof over their head in their lives, and to address their goals and their aspirations. And then we have a secondary program that we just developed this May called Move Valor Harbor, and that is providing pro bono therapy to veterans and their family members who live in the community. We have an office space in the municipality of Crestwood, a very nice spot where we provide therapy to those veterans who live out in the community that may not otherwise have their mental health services met by the VA or other means.
That is so important. We know that one, with the wars that we've been in over the last several years, that we've got more veterans coming home and greater needs, and there is such a dearth of mental health professionals and mental health services. It's wonderful you've been able to add that in.
Yeah, we're really excited about it, and our model is to provide the pro bono services. Is we've got a cadre of professional therapists who will have a free office space to be able to see their own individual clients. They will devote 25% of their time in our office space providing those pro bono services and work alongside our team.
That's great. What a good model.
Yeah,
it's
it really
a win-win.
is.
Well, I know you've got all these other services, but today you're focusing, or we've been told you're focusing on your emergency assistance fund.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, we are. We call our emergency assistance as our direct financial assistance, and we try to get that amount of funding together to provide direct dollars to our veterans who live with us, or some veterans who live in the community, to be able to help them pay for transportation, or if they're a veteran family that lives with us, to make sure that their children have everything they need for school, or to provide them summer camp opportunities, or for our veterans to support them with unforeseen expenses, perhaps on their cars, or we also help them a lot with utility expenses and try to clear away as much debt that they might carry with them, so that they get on a level playing field and can get on that upward trajectory that we want them all to be on.
Yeah, boy, those utility bills, that really makes a difference, because if you've got those outstanding bills, then it becomes really difficult to get a new lease somewhere, right?
Oh, it is. If they leave us and move to the community, they've got to be in a position where they can rent a place, or
right.
if you can't get utilities in your own name, then you cannot rent, or you
right.
certainly cannot have a mortgage.
Right. Yeah, so that's really impactful work that this emergency assistance fund provides. That's wonderful. And we don't think about sometimes that these things that make life really wonderful, like sending your child to summer camp, and it gives mom and dad a little rest, mom or dad, or mom and dad, as well as just the costs of, when we run into something like we're in a small accident or our car breaks down, that for some people that's debilitating. That keeps them from being able to function and to be able to provide that kind of support is really wonderful.
It's very important because so many of our veterans, literally all of the veterans who come to us, they come to us in a homeless state. And we want to make sure that they never return to homelessness.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have gone paycheck to paycheck, so to speak, or many of them have lived, generationally below the poverty line. And so the smallest thing can really set them off track. So we really want to do everything we can to make them financially stable, socially independent, and achieve their goals, really whatever they want to do in their aspirations.
That's so great. I mean, these are the folks that put their lives on the line for us and for our safety and our freedom. So we cannot thank you and MOVE, Missouri Veterans Endeavor, enough for the work that you're doing. Okay, folks, get out there, give, think about those people who have protected us all our lives, and have fun supporting the Emergency Assistance Fund at MOVE.
And thank you, Give STL Day. It's really special.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Bill.
Thank you so much for being here, Bill.
Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Elizabeth.
May 9th is the St. Louis Community Foundation's Give STL Day, a 24-hour celebration that supports nonprofits and makes a difference. Give online now at www.givestlday.org.
Elizabeth, that was the quick promo video for this year's Give STL Day, and you might have seen some familiar faces in there. This was, I'm not allowed to pick favorites. I'm not allowed to pick favorites because I got to do this like 80 times throughout the day. This one is one of my favorites. I'm just going to come out and say it. So we've got Laura on puppy cam here. So sorry, guys. We're going to introduce Confetti first, but Elizabeth, I'm going to let you introduce our human pals as well.
Well, after meeting Confetti, sorry guys.
I don't matter. It's fine. It's fine.
We love our dogs here today. Well, please do introduce yourselves and let us know a little bit about Even Chance Pit Bull Rescue.
Yeah, so I'm Heather, and I'm one of the directors for Even Chance, and this is Danielle.
I'm Confetti's going to be soon adopter. I'm also on the team that makes up Even Chance.
So, well, wonderful. Pit bulls just get such a bad rap. I know people are always concerned and worried about the pit bulls, but I have to tell you, I've never met one that I haven't found to be sweet and loving.
Yeah, they're a very special breed. We kind of consider ourselves experts on the breed. We care about them a lot. They're a very diverse breed. We have pit bulls that have been a part of our rescue that are amazing sport dogs that can do these incredible performance things. We have couch potato dogs. There's just so much diversity in the breed, and we really respect that and believe in helping pit bulls be the best version of themselves.
So many kids.
That is so great. And look at Kristen. Oh, I am so jealous that I'm not over there getting hugs and kisses from Calico. She is adorable. How old is she?
Is Confetti
Confetti.
about 5-6 months, somewhere in there?
5 or 6 months, so she's still really a good puppy.
It's always
And
a party.
the more love you give a puppy at this age, the more they're going to be a loving dog as they get older.
She's in a great home for that too. Danielle is also a great trainer, and so
The more cookies you give them at this age, the more they're going to be a great dog too. Just have to say that.
Well, Heather, Danielle, you both are volunteers, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so Even Chance is 100% volunteer ran. So we, since our inception in 2007, have solely been volunteers. No one has ever gotten a check for anything that we do. And we also rely on public donations. We don't receive any kind of like federal, state, or government funding. So days like today are very, very important for us.
So do you have a goal for today?
We've got a goal of 17,000, and for us, those kinds of dollars really sustain our efforts throughout the majority of the year for us. Because we don't have many other funding sources other than donors, we rely on Give STL Day to be able to care through dogs. It doesn't just last us a week or a month. Like this kind of fundraising effort lasts months and months and months for us. So it's huge.
So a little bit goes a long way for Even Chance Pit Bull Rescue, but that doesn't mean you only need to give a little bit, right? Look at that face. Look at her. You need to get out there and support these wonderful women in the work that you're doing. So tell me, what will these funds go to? Are they for food or for vet bills or?
Yeah, good question. So we are foster home based. And so and since we don't have any paid staff, any of the funds go directly to the care of the dog. So food, vetting, and medical needs is a big one. We've actually, we have 2 dogs in our care, and between the 2 of them, we've spent over $20,000 on medical care in this year, in the last year. So the dollars we raise today go towards those kinds of things. We also, because we take in a very special breed, we also believe in training and enrichment. And so the dollars raised also support those efforts so that we are we are supporting temperamentally sound and safe pit bulls.
We want to make sure that we're sending dogs out into the community that are going to behave appropriately and respond appropriately to humans too, to make sure that everybody stays safe and happy and stress-free too, because sometimes behavioral issues can just stress out families a little bit.
Well, and to change the perspective of this loving breed,
yeah.
Right? So where do your dogs come from?
Yeah, so we take in dogs from several different kinds of situations. We partner with local shelters to go in and temperament test dogs and pull them into our foster homes. And we also sometimes, in rare cases, work with owner surrenders or stray situations, that kind of stuff. We also have some national recognition working with survivors of dogfighting busts. And so we are kind of in a unique position where a lot of us have experience helping with the rehabilitation of those dogs. And so it's pretty normal that when a dog fighting bust happens all across the country, we have relationships with people that are reaching out to us to see if we can help.
This is a treats-filled conversation. Confetti must be so thrilled to be here. Guys, when I tell you I could talk with you all day long, I really could. Yep. So I hate that we have to cut this short, but I really, really appreciate you guys coming down. I will tell you that our conversation last year completely flipped my perception of pit bulls on its head. And I think it's really cool that we can share all this on the internet like this and hopefully do that to everyone that's watching too, because you can't see a dog like Confetti and not fall in love immediately. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Next year, we're going to get you to adopt a dog from us. That's the goal next year.
Little steps,
baby steps. We'll get there.
Keep twisting that's because Confetti's already accounted for.
Exactly.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
And I promise we will see you next year.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. So nice to meet you. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to say.
No, it's okay.
You're so cute.
And where do I look? You?
Look at the camera.
This here.
Look at the yellow camera.
Oh, the yellow camera.
Right, Elizabeth.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We are so excited today that it's Give STL Day. We're at $875,000. That is amazing. And I said at the top of the hour, my goal is we're going to cross $1 million in this hour between 8 and 9 a.m. So come on, guys, get going. We now have the pleasure of talking with Pedal the Cause. I think anybody who lives in the St. Louis region in August and September gets to know a little bit about Pedal the Cause. But we're talking with David Dreyer, the executive director. And David, tell us a little bit about your organization.
Hey, good morning, Elizabeth, and good morning, St. Louis. Pedal is St. Louis. I mean, when I think, like you said, when I think about Pedal the Cause, it is a movement and a community that has just transcended across the metropolitan area. We do a bike ride every September, raising money for cancer research at Siteman Cancer Center and Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. We've been doing this, it will be 15 years, Elizabeth. This will be our 15th ride this September. And last year we fielded 4,000 riders, which raised an astounding $5 million.
It's just amazing.
We operate with a 100% model, which means every dollar a rider raises, it goes to the research at Siteman or Siteman Kids, which is phenomenal. And today on Give STL Day, we've decided we will funnel all dollars raised today into a matching fund that will match our rider fundraisers efforts this year so that they can raise their utmost for cancer research.
So in other words, every dollar that you give to Pedal the Cause today will be doubled by the riders.
That is correct.
That is fabulous. So come on, give early, give often.
Please, please, please. Yes, yes.
So David, you had the pleasure, and I say that with quotes, of starting at Pedal the Cause as the new executive director following the founder in 2020. How did that shape the way you have brought your vision to Pedal the Cause, to start at the beginning of the pandemic?
You know, it's a great question, Elizabeth. The pandemic started and we went into lockdown 7 days after I began. So all of these great thoughts coming into this wonderful new position were sort of sidelined as we just found the best way possible to manage and survive. And we did. We are, as a testament to the community that we've developed, we call it the Pedal family. They rallied. And even though we couldn't gather for the traditional ride, we created what we called an inspired version, where you were inspired to do a physical activity on your own, on Pedal Day, raising funds against that effort. So people either rode on their own or walked the dog or played a round of golf or went fishing or did yoga, whatever they chose to do. And we had a really great year, not a record year, but from there we were able to sustain our place, I think, in the community and make sure the message about cancer research being so important rang through loud and clear. In fact, we ring our cowbells all the time. When we say that word, we're instinctively ringing a bell. And so it's worked. It's worked. And we built up to a record year last year now.
That's great. And you know, I've had the honor to kind of come out on Pedal the Cause Day and help out in the merch booth.
Oh, beautiful.
And we all know someone who has been impacted by cancer, and to see how over these last 4 years under David's leadership, Pedal has really risen to the occasion and come back in full force. So, I mean, it's just so much fun to see all these folks out saying, you know, riding sometimes with someone they're honoring on their back, and sometimes just because we all know someone.
And Elizabeth, David sent over a video, so as we're talking about seeing it, let's actually take a look and see some of the visuals that you guys sent over.
Thank you.
Pedal Well, Elizabeth Petal is on the move. We're in St. Charles this September for our ride. We also have been named a top 10 national undertaking, peer-to-peer fundraising undertaking, last year and the year before, so 2 years running. And Siteman Cancer Center is now in the top 10 for cancer centers. So everything's on the move. There's a lot of momentum and there's a lot of noise we want to make. You can help me make some noise.
Woo! Ring the bell.
Go pedal the cause. Pedal, pedal, pedal the cause.
The cause. We
David,
wanna
thank
see
you for
that
being
number
here.
go
Thank you
up.
all.
Thank you, David, and good luck today.
You're stepping on the mic. You're stepping on the mic.
The volatile climate during police engagement has been a national problem. The lives lost, both civilians and police, are too many to name. Oteka has become a leader in this space, teaching the DocDash way. DocDash, it's a patented organizational communication system that allows motorists a proactive method of communicating any non-visible situations, circumstances, or disabilities that could be misinterpreted as threatening or defiant behavior. Aligning with the safety needs of police, the protocols to police engagement workshops create a shared responsibility to safety, offering officers a de-escalative approach to police engagement and teaching motorists how to create an environment of compliancy and transparency. Oteka offers applicable solutions rooted in compassion that respects the humanity of all involved. Oteka Solutions, creating revolutionary solutions for global problems.
Wow, that's pretty cool work.
Thank you.
Well, welcome Kimberly St. Clair, President of Oteka Solutions.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing a little bit about the work that you're doing. It's a really interesting approach. Can you tell us a little more than what we saw in the video about what you do, how you educate people about police safety?
Well, thank you for having me. We're so excited to be here. Oteka Solution creates revolutionary solutions for global problems. And one of the problems we're working with right now is to create safe spaces for police officers doing traffic stops and interactions to bridge the gap of safety for police officers and the communities they serve. And so through this revolutionary communication system, we have created a workshop where we teach protocols to police engagement to motorists as well as offer police officers tools for de-escalation. And so we believe that by doing this, we are creating the one thing that we all want, and that is unified safety.
Kimberly, let me ask you about the door behind you.
Yes.
What's the purpose of the door?
Well, the purpose of the door is to bring home how DocDash is used. You know, traffic stops are one of the #1 reasons police and civilians engage, but it's also one of the top most dangerous duties they have to perform. So we talk about, I start with traffic stops because over 1 million traffic stops were made in Missouri alone. And each traffic stop is an opportunity to create a better impression during those engagements. And so we teach protocols in police engagement. And so DocDash allows motorists a proactive opportunity to communicate non-visible situations, circumstances, or disabilities while simultaneously displaying. And it's not just about the unit, but it's also about how to create an environment of safety and compliancy in that moment. So if the police officers feel safe, we're probably going to have a safe outcome.
Mm-hmm. So are you training?
We can only do this together.
Yeah.
It can't be one of you,
Yeah.
know what I mean? So the police are just as invested as the community is in our safety. And so DocDash allows police a tool of de-escalation that allows a streamlined opportunity to communicate in those tight spaces so that we can all have a nice, productive outcome.
That's amazing. How did you get started? What made you decide to do this?
I think it's obvious that we know that there's a need, that this space has been lacking, and the defunding police and the reform are hot topics that have garnered no results. And so we're not going to defund the police. We need our peacekeepers, and we want them to feel valued. And so there has to be a way that we can all live safely and respectfully, and that's what Doc Dash does. Doc Dash Oteka allows for protocols to police engagement that respects the humanity of all involved.
That's amazing. So tell me, what are you hoping to out of Give STL Day today?
Well, what I'm hoping is that, like I said, Oteka Solutions supports these efforts, and I'm hoping for we're asking for a $250,000 give that will allow us to expand this to be in all schools, both city and county, and teach protocols to police engagement to the emerging people that are getting driver's license, as well as expand this to the police departments around the city of Missouri and eventually the state of Missouri.
Wow, so that makes a lot of sense. Are you working with the driver's ed classes at high schools or the driver's ed organizations?
I have been, yes. The need is there. I've had a lot of people reach out and want us to come in and teach their driver's ed, but that takes funding.
Yep.
And so that's why we're here. That's why Oteka Solutions is here, asking for philanthropic efforts, charitable organizations to give to this effort so that we can teach this in the driver's ed, teach this in the high schools, as well as teach it to the police officers and paramedics.
That's absolutely great. So how are you driver's ed makes sense, but are there other civic groups you're working with? Are you working with the different municipality police departments? How does that look?
It works that whenever someone calls and requests the need, that the door is on wheels.
The door is on wheels.
Okay, have the door and we will travel. And so that is what we are here to do, to get the word out that we are coming to summer camps and teaching protocols of police engagement. The children love it. We get together, we do mock traffic stops. They get to be a driver, they get to be a passenger, and they get to be the police officers. There's another element on here that works specifically for paramedics that allows for medical emergency information, that allows paramedics an easy way to obtain information if you're incapacitated and get you to the right place.
Wow.
Kimberly, thank you so much for being here. Let me get you out on this question. If someone is watching this live stream from outside of the St. Louis area, maybe they've never even been to St. Louis, what do you want them to know about the St. Louis community?
I want them to know that St. Louis is live with wonderful people. We are unified in our desire to be safe. I would encourage you not to believe everything that you see on television, and that we are creating revolutionary solutions, and we are committed as a unit to move forward.
Thank you so much for all your hard work, and best of luck on Give STL Day.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for all your production help, too. She has been wonderful behind the scenes. Thank you so much for being here. Be back in 60 seconds.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nice. Well, we are back again on Give STL Day, www.givestlday.org. Come on, guys. I set a challenge at the beginning of the hour. We want to see it happen, and we want to cross $1 million in the next 10 to 15 minutes. We can do it with your support. We are now here talking to Healing Action. Healing Action has been around, what, 5 or 6 years now, Katie?
Almost 9 now.
Almost 9, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm getting old. And we've got Katie Rhodes, who's the founder and the co-executive director, and Julie Schenberg, who's the clinical director. So let's just lob it over to you. Tell us a little bit about Healing Action, Katie and Julie. We want to hear from you.
Absolutely. So Healing Action Network, we serve adult survivors of sex trafficking and commercial sexual exploitation. And so we provide a wide array of services. It looks like addressing basic needs, case management, peer support. We also host a coalition that is a statewide coalition that works towards changing policies, educating other providers and community members about anti-trafficking work.
That's amazing. You know, I think often we don't think about human trafficking. We don't think about sexual abuse in the terms of trafficking, and sometimes we move into blaming the victim.
Absolutely.
What do you want people to know about those folks that have been trafficked?
Absolutely. Nobody chooses to be abused, period. And even if economic decisions, even if things that it might look like a choice to the outside, there could be a lot of reasons why somebody is involved in commercial sex or somebody is staying with an abuser that we just don't see. And so it really comes down to nobody chooses abuse. And anybody who wants out of that abuse deserves a way out and deserves support from the community on that exit from leaving those abusers.
And that's what you do, right?
Absolutely.
You provide that way out.
Absolutely.
And what a beautiful thing that is. So, Julie, can you tell us a little bit about the clinical programs that you all are running?
Yeah, of course. So we have a wide array of services. We provide intensive case management where we, like Katie said earlier, help our survivors access their basic needs. So this varies between just making sure that they have shelter, so making sure that they can either get their own apartment or going, to any like community resources where they might be able to support with shelter. We help them access food, helping them access any like government resources that might be supportive for them in their healing. But we also help them with services outside of just their basic needs. So if they have goals to get a job, if they have goals to go back to school, we support them with that. We also have trauma therapy, so we have licensed clinical staff who are trained in evidence-based practices like eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, or EMDR. They are trained in brain spotting and they're trained in somatic experiencing, so that really helps further our survivors into that healing phase. We have peer support services, so we have certified peer support specialists on staff. So these are professionals who have lived experience, so they can dive a little bit deeper with our members. They can connect with our folks on a deeper level while also still helping them guide towards the healing and recovery. And we also provide groups. So we have a number of different evidence-based groups. We have TREM, it's a trauma recovery empowerment model. We have Seeking Safety. So a lot of groups that our folks can join on a weekly basis to further support their recovery as well.
Wow, that's an awful lot that you're covering there.
Yes.
And what a gift! What an amazing gift. So talk to us about Give STL Day. What are your goals for today? What are you raising money for?
Absolutely. So our goals, of course, is to raise money. I mean, that's what we do, right?
Yeah, that's what the day's about.
That's what today's about. And really what it is to allow us to continue providing the services. It also allows us to continue to expand those services. So we are running out of space. We also have a wait list of about 30 clients right now, or 30 potential clients. And so any money that we get in allows us to really expand those services and to serve more people in the community. It's heartbreaking for us as an agency to have a wait list. It's really hard on the staff. But we also have to think about how many clients we have with our current staff. And so any money that's donated today is definitely going to help us expand services, be able to serve more victims and help them on their journey to really a life like free of exploitation. Because that's what we want. We want anybody to have a life free of exploitation.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Sorry, I'm watching carefully. I'm making sure that step and repeat doesn't topple over onto you guys here. I guess it can be a little windy sometimes in St. Louis.
Yes.
I learned quickly. We really appreciate all of the great work that you guys do. Being out here, I said some of this, same thing with Deaf Inc. earlier, but the courage that you guys show every single day of the year, not just today, in representing those that you support really means the world.
Absolutely.
So thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
and we wish you the very best of luck today
Thank you.
during Give STL Day. Elizabeth, we're going to wrap things up here for our 8 a.m. hour. We're going to be back in just a couple minutes for our 9 a.m. hour. So don't go anywhere. It's Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy, back with Elizabeth George in a second. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
What you got?
Make that donation before that 9 a.m. meeting.
Let's get that $1 million mark. I got fun stuff to play. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere.
GA Reach Gateway. We work to improve lives through the game we love. To do this,